Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. So today we're basically holding a massive, high-definition mirror right up to our most absurd, universally shared digital habits. We're counting down the top 10 guilty pleasures of playing video games. Honestly, if you've ever picked up a controller or even just rested your hand on the keyboard, you are going to feel incredibly seen today. Because this isn't about high scores or competitive rankings, right? No, this explainer is all about those ridiculous, often hilarious things we literally all do when we think nobody is watching our screens.
Okay, let's dive into this and look at the main menu of levels we'll be playing through today. We've got distractions and hoarding, vanity and virtual chaos, obsession and overpowering, and finally, the ultimate guilty pleasure.
All right, level 1, distractions and hoarding.
Kicking things off at the number 10 spot, this one anchors our countdown because it is absolutely the most common, fundamental gamer instinct of them all. Yep, it's hoarding items you will never, ever use. You know the drill, you've got 99 powerful potions, a bunch of ultra-rare grenades, and totally untouched legendary healing items. Every single gamer has done this. You find that one incredible item and immediately think, oh man, I should really save this for when I really need it. But, well, here's the catch, right? 50 hours later, the final boss is defeated, the end credits are rolling, and those legendary items are literally still sitting right there in your virtual backpack. For some reason, the psychological safety of just owning the item feels way better than actually using it.
Moving down the list, coming in at number 9 is totally ignoring the main quest for hours on end. I mean, the kingdom is literally burning to the ground, ancient evil is threatening existence itself, and the king is begging for your help. And what are we doing? We're spending the next 6 hours fishing, picking flowers, or helping a random farmer find his missing chickens. It's just wonderfully absurd how saving the world is somehow always our lowest priority. Then, over at number 8, we have constantly reloading saves to get the perfect outcome. You make a single dialogue choice, an NPC gets slightly upset, and boom, you're staring at the pause menu. A quick reload later, everyone's happy, and your conscience is totally clear. We just love pretending our first choice was the correct one all along, even if it took 3 attempts and 15 minutes of internal debate to get there.
On to level 2, vanity and virtual chaos. Which brings us smoothly to number 7 on our countdown. And this one? Well, this one is all about sheer, unadulterated vanity. Rotating the camera to admire your customized character like an artist gazing at a finished masterpiece. Come on, admit it. We have all been there. Sometimes that urgent adventure just has to wait. You finally unlock that glowing, legendary armor set, or maybe you just spent an entire hour fine-tuning every single detail of your character's jawline. Whatever it is, the immediate next step is always the impromptu fashion show. You'll just stand perfectly still in the middle of a bustling town plaza, rotating the camera around and around, deeply admiring your own creation.
You know, logic completely goes out the window when we play, which perfectly sets up number 6, turning literally every game into a massive treasure hunt. You spot a tiny chest in the absolute furthest, darkest corner of the map. Deep down, you know for a fact it probably just contains 5 measly gold pieces and a stale loaf of bread. But it doesn't matter. The exact moment you see that chest icon, it becomes your absolute life's mission. We will climb geographically impossible mountains, cross highly toxic swamps, and ignore urgent world-ending story events simply because there might be some meaningless loot hidden nearby. Breaking into our top 5, we have the Agents of Chaos. Oh yeah, the offenses here include jumping directly on townspeople's heads, stealing random cups and plates off their tables, standing in doorways so nobody can pass, and poking an NPC just to see how long their dialogue loop lasts. It is genuinely fascinating how players who are absolute model citizens in real life will instantly transform into harmless digital bullies just because the game physics allow them to. It's pure, harmless digital nonsense, and that's exactly why we can't stop doing it. All right, level 3, obsession and overpowering. Let's see how this builds up.
Coming in at number 4, we're looking at one of the most notoriously time-consuming black holes in modern gaming history.
Now what's really interesting here is the breakdown of time spent in character creation versus the actual game. For so many of us, a staggering 95% of our initial playtime is spent solely on adjusting eye shape, choosing the perfect hair color, and precisely positioning facial scars, while only 5% is spent actually watching the opening cutscene. Players will literally reach the 2-hour mark before they've even started the story. I mean, the actual adventure is great and all, but creating the perfect hero, that is a fully fledged game all by itself.
Next up, number 3, farming easy enemies to feel overpowered.
There's a very specific pure satisfaction in returning to a starting area that once absolutely terrified you and just effortlessly destroying everything in sight. The monsters that used to send you running for your life now barely survive a single attack. It's just pure digital revenge. But then we have number 2, which is the inevitable defeat of looking up secrets after promising yourself you wouldn't. You tell yourself, I'm going to discover everything naturally this playthrough. Yeah, right. 20 minutes later, your phone is out and you're Googling puzzle solutions and hidden weapon locations. The temptation just becomes way too strong, especially when game developers hide the last collectible in some ridiculous corner of the map that literally no sane person would ever check.
And finally, level 4, the ultimate guilty pleasure.
But wait, before we reveal number 1, we've got to talk about our honorable mention. I present to you the Save Scummer. Step 1, the game's autosave triggers. Step 2, you immediately pause and manually save anyway. Step 3, you walk like 3 steps forward. Step 4, you manually save again because there's a slightly suspicious-looking door ahead. Honestly, nothing screams deep-seated trust issues quite like creating 15 manual save files in the span of 30 seconds. We just do not trust that autosave icon, do we?
All right, here we go, the moment we have all been waiting for. The undisputed champion, the absolute peak of our countdown.
Number 1 is without a doubt the one more level time loop. It's a painfully accurate escalation. So at 10 p.m., you finish a mission and rationally decide you'll stop after just one more. But then at 11:30 p.m., you unlock a brand new ability and, well, you have to test it out, right? By 1 a.m., a massive story twist hits and boom, there's a surprise boss fight. And then suddenly it's 2 a.m. Actually, scratch that, it's more like 5 a.m. And sunlight is somehow already leaking through your curtains and you're just sitting there in the glow of the monitor, questioning every single life decision that brought you to this exact moment. Few experiences in life are as universally shared as losing all concept of time because the game kept dangling just one more irresistible reason to continue.
So, as we wrap up this explainer today, I have to pass the controller over to you. What is your ultimate gaming guilty pleasure? Do you have an entirely different, absurd habit that didn't make our top 10 list today? I want you to really reflect on your own ridiculous virtual behaviors next time you boot up a game. Will you continue the cycle? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into our digital quirks, and I'll see you in the next explainer.